The problem with Stormzy isn't the fact that he doesn't want to support Palestine. I'm pretty sure not many people care about that. The problem is his lack of genuinity. Let's talk about it. So, for those of you who don't know who Stormzy is, I'm a UK person, so I'll break it down for other people because I know I have a more American audience. Stormzy is a UK rapper. He's famously known for his music and the things that he stood up for and the charities, donations that he's made and the organization that he set up for Black people. Overall, what you need to know about Stormzy is he's been a big personality in speaking up about social issues and using his platform to speak about these social issues. In many ways, he has branded himself as a rapper who's going to use his platform to speak out against the people who can't speak for themselves.
Yo, Theresa May, where's the money for Grenfell? Well, you fool, we just forgot about Grenfell, you criminals.
Now, remembering that is very important when we talk about this topic. Keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to Stormzy, earlier last year, he was very adamant on posting things about Free Palestine on his Twitter and his social media. That was what he did. And people support him because, again, Stormzy has branded himself as this kind of influencer, this social media personality and music artist that speaks out about social issues. Again, remember that part because it is very, very important. But like I said, he's done all that, right? So when he spoke about Palestine, he then got a deal with McDonald's. Now, nobody knows exactly the ins and outs of what this deal entailed of, but what people did notice is that when he got the deal with McDonald's to have his own meal that year, he deleted all of his Palestine posts. Not one bit of Free Palestine was on his jurisdiction. It could be found nowhere. Now, a lot of people had a lot of big problems with this, obviously, because like I said, he's branded himself as somebody who speaks out about these issues. And, as of recently, he then responded to all this backlash like a few months later, basically saying he doesn't give a F what anybody thinks about him. He's a free man and he's going to do what he wants. He's not going to explain himself and God's got his back. That's where he triggered a lot of people. Now, like I said, nobody gives a damn if Stormzy supports Palestine or Israel. I think we have to understand and make a baseline for this whole video that supporting Palestine does not make you automatically a good person. Well done, you stated the obvious. People shouldn't be dying. Good for you. Pat yourself on the back. You're probably still a crappy person. But when it comes to Stormzy in general, like I said, and I need to say it for the third time, he has made his whole brand of him being a big music star who's going to speak out about issues. With that in mind, because he did what he did, it now makes a lot of his fans and people question if any of the stuff that he spoke up for was genuine. Like all the charities and the organizations that he's invested in, the murky stuff that he's done for Black-owned people and getting people into the top universities, Black people to top universities. Was that genuine or just a PR stunt? And was that what paid well at the time for what it was convenient for your career? Additionally to that, was it also, genuine when you supported Grenfell Tower, or was that just a thing that you could pioneer on and use that to your advantage to boost your career? These are questions that people have because for a lot of people, if you could have been bought out to stop your support for Palestine, that says a lot about your character when you've made yourself this whole personality. Stormzy has nobody to blame but himself. He has branded himself as this person. He is made out to be this very noble and self-righteous person. And now that it's come to bite him in the ass, you can't just come to your fans and say, I don't give a F what anybody thinks, and then hide behind the BS thing of God's got my back. God can see the BS just the way all of us can see the BS. Now, I don't think the dude had any ill intentions when he made this decision. I don't think he was this evil masterminded plan. But that's the point. Did you not have a say in this? Did you not think about that? Were you that easily bought, and can you be easily bought? And that's the thing that's destroying a lot of people's trust in Stormzy. They can't trust him because they feel that for the right price, the guy can be bought. At the end of the day, we all know the internet, we all know the music industry and stuff like that. People that support these big icons, they need that genuineness. And when you are lacking that genuineness and you're showing people that you're just like every other celebrity who only does stuff for money, yeah, people are going to dislike you. This is the case for a lot of celebrities. A lot of celebrities don't necessarily have a mind of their own. They are just puppets for a much bigger cause. At the end of the day, what you need to understand about these celebrities, and which is why I dislike celebrities, they can be easily bought. They don't have a mind of their own. They're going to do what it takes to make themselves feel good. And if you have a problem with it, they're just going to put the middle finger up to you, and there's nothing you can do. Now, I'm pretty sure Stormzy's career will still be good. To be honest, I don't really care about Stormzy. I never liked his music in the first place. But that being said, this is expected. And this is what you should keep expecting for a lot of these artists. The moral of the story is that you guys should never really be so quick to believe that these artists with all this money and all this fame actually give a dang about you or anybody else. Not saying necessarily Stormzy is a bad person, but what I am saying is that this shouldn't surprise you. It really shouldn't. At the end of the day, if Stormzy is really a person who is self-aware and he really talks to God like he says he does, because I feel like a lot of these celebrities like to say God's got my back to justify their BS, and it just doesn't work like that. But if God's really talking to you, you would be able to reflect and see how weird this looked. No one necessarily hates you for it, but they are going to stay away from you because that was weird. Point blank, period. Like, does that mean the Palestine posts that you were posting before were fake? Does that mean you never cared and you're only doing that because it was trendy? A lot of questions. Like, it's weird. And you cannot be surprised when people pick up on the weirdness. I think the common reaction that a lot of these celebrities have is that when their fans pick up on their weirdness, they start to attack the fans and gaslight the fans as if they're crazy. But I don't think a bunch of people are crazy and you, the one person, is correct. Yes, there's times where fans get dramatic, but I think this time they are very justified. Now, if you ask me, I don't really care. I believe in justice. I believe that everyone should be free and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I said, I can understand if someone doesn't support the Free Palestine movement. Even though I'm for that, I can understand it. But if you start to make yourself out to seem like a person that you are not, and you start doing performative politics in my face, I'm going to call you out too. One thing people need to understand is that one of the worst and most cringy things an individual can do is performative politics, and then be surprised that when their performative politics and the performative care of social issues blows up in their face and people start to realize that they're not as genuine as they made themselves out to be. People don't like performative politics, and they are going to get annoyed when you show your hand. It's just life, and you can't blame people for that, man. You just can't. I guess there's a moral for everybody who's into performative politics. Stop talking about things you don't care about. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you care about it, talk about it. But if you don't care about it, don't pretend to get brownie points from people because you just look silly when you get exposed for it.
Stormzy should see the fact that he's getting backlash for this McDonald's ad as a compliment, because people are saying these things about you because they see you in high regard. When you're rapping things like F the government, F Boris, where's the money for Grenfell, you've got schemes and initiatives like Murky Books, and you're helping kids through Cambridge financially, people are going to hold you to a high standard. They're going to see you as a community leader, whether you like it or not. So the fact that you've taken the deal, people are allowed to criticize that. Yes, you are your own person, you can make whatever decision you want, but freedom of choice does not beget freedom of consequence. People are going to have an opinion on the decisions that you make because you're somebody in the public eye. There are so many rappers that could have taken that exact same deal for a fraction of the price and nobody would care because we know them to be morally bankrupt. It's just that people thought that you weren't like that. And people are going to see you as somebody that's positive in the black community and they're going to hold you to that standard. You've benefited from the positive PR that you've gotten from all of these great things. So when people are critiquing you for not matching that standard that they held you to, you can't be surprised.
But what do you guys make of this whole situation? Do you agree with what I have to say? Or do you have any contrary opinions? As the case may be, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And with that being said, God bless, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.